Caca, motherfuckers.
And go.
I didn't plan to say caca, but if you're reading the title of this episode, you know why I said it.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because in my research, people referred to it as croaking. And I was like, I guess...
Oh, what,
like
that
the
noise
ravens.
that they make?
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Nice, nice.
So,
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Rowan and Pine.
hello.
This is episode 38. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I'm Emily, and I am the antisocial half of the podcast.
She's the secret mysterious one. I'm the one who, like, you guys are all sick of seeing my face.
They're not sick of seeing your face. You have a wonderful face.
With filters on it, yes.
Was it yesterday that you posted the video where it's like when people try to talk to my shy co-host or whatever?
Yeah. She doesn't want to talk to you. I love that meme so much.
It was pretty funny.
It was originally like a girl posted it. She was like, when people try to talk to my girlfriend, and she's like, scram. I love that.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, because if like anybody addresses anything to you, I just answer for you and like tell her later if it's worth telling.
You're like, Emily doesn't want to talk to you. It's also funny because when I was a kid, I was like painfully shy. I like didn't speak pretty much. I've probably said it before on the podcast, but I don't even know if I've talked about, but I have a twin brother and he would always like speak for me when we were kids. So he'd be like, hi, I'm Michael. This is my twin sister, Emily. And he'd be like, Emily doesn't want to do that. Emily doesn't like that. Like he was like always answering for me.
It's so sweet though. It's sweet like as kids.
Yeah.
Although we may have mentioned like when I was a server and I would go up to a table and there would be like a couple like obviously on a date and he would try to order for her. I would just ignore whatever he said.
Yeah, that's
and just
not
look at her and be like, what do you want?
Not cute at all.
Did you tell him you wanted that? Did he ask you about the wine? What do you want? It's like, stop trying to bring me into your little suave thing here. I'm not part of this.
It's like, girl, run. I'm just kidding.
But not.
Yeah, I'm not actually kidding. Blink twice if you're okay.
I'll be waiting in the bathroom for you if you need me.
Yeah, yikes. But it is cute when you think about like a little kid talking for their sibling.
Yeah,
And
it is sweet.
I remember there would be like times where he'd be like, my sister's scared.
Were some of the times that he was scared.
Yeah, maybe. We were both scared, but I was like the scapegoat.
Sweet.
Pretty funny. I do remember when we were little and we were on like a tiny roller coaster for little kids, which is like not scary at all. Mm-hmm. But I started getting really scared. And he just starts like yelling. He's like, stop the ride, stop the ride.
The pure drama.
Yeah.
Like, she's not enjoying herself.
She's not okay. So precious.
I'm just picturing, because there was one of those like close to where I lived growing up and it was like a caterpillar. And it was like a roller coaster, but it was in the shape of like basically the hungry caterpillar.
I feel like that might have been the same one. Or like very similar, because I'm pretty sure it was a caterpillar.
There's probably like one model for like kids under 7.
Yeah.
That like just goes all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously terrifying when you are 7.
Yeah. And when you're 16.
Isn't it weird though, like as you get older you are like less daring? Like I used to love roller coasters and I feel like now I just would not be the same.
Yeah. I tried to get on a roller coaster, I don't know, might have been like 7-ish years ago. It's like right after I moved here. I went to Six Flags with Medardo and his sister and her boyfriend at the time. They're married now. But shout outs to Melina. She was on the show.
Melina.
But, what was I saying? Oh, I used to love roller coasters and I would go on them all the time. And I hadn't been on one in probably 10 years. And so we went on one. And then like afterwards, I was not okay.
I think like as you get older, you know all of the things that can go wrong. So obviously like you're just constantly thinking like, what if they didn't do the proper checks? What if there's a screw loose somewhere? What if we get stuck up there? What if this happens?
Yeah.
It's also my excuse for learning to drive so late in life.
Yeah, guys, Neve just learned how to drive like 4 years ago.
True. Hey, I drive manual, right? That's I'm sticking behind that. It's not automatic. Okay. It's very hard.
Yeah, it is harder to drive manual, so kudos.
Mm-hmm. And now all the new cars are automatic, so it was all for nothing. It's not fair.
Is your car automatic?
No. Our current car is not automatic. But like everything basically after like I'm going to pull a number out of my ass 2019 is just being made automatic now. You basically can't buy manual cars anymore.
Yeah. My brother had a manual car not that long ago. He bought it on purpose because he's very into like the car culture. I don't get it. Anyway, but we're all just like, why did you do that? Like there's an easier way.
Why did you actively choose something more difficult for yourself?
Yeah, for real. Anywho.
But anyway, we are 7 minutes in and we're talking about cars.
Yeah. Which is not the same as crows.
Well, we should be talking about the other C word.
Yeah, the croaking crows.
So, yes, I am Neve, by the way. I don't think I introduced myself. And this is an Emily episode, so...
Yay. Any hoodles?
Right, tell me about damn crows.
The damn crows. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this episode is going to be on ravens and crows. I was debating doing the whole Corvid family, which crows fall under, but then I was like, LOL, there's a lot. So we're not doing that.
Also, side note, I feel like people would misread Corvid as COVID and think that we're COVID deniers. Just doing a whole episode about like, this is made up.
Yeah. Well, if you look up Corvid on Wikipedia, it's got like a separate link and it was like confused with COVID-19.
Did you mean COVID?
Yeah. Like, no. So, ravens and crows both fall under the Corvidae family of birds. Other birds in this family include the carrion, magpies, and jays, which are like Steller's jays, blue jays.
Shout out Toronto.
What?
Shout out Toronto.
Oh, yeah,
the baseball team's the Blue Jays.
Do you guys have blue jays in Ireland?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Somebody's going to like message me now and be like, Neve, what the fuck we do? I don't know. I've never seen any.
They're actually in the south or something. Yeah. But in total, there are 135 species included in the Corvidae family, which is why I didn't cover all of them. Corvids are one of the smartest species of birds to be studied so far. Their brain-to-body mass ratio is equal to that of the non-human great apes and cetaceans, which are sperm whale, humpback whale, orcas, etc.
Ooh, so all those ones that like are a kid's favorite animal growing up because they're like, they're so smart.
Yeah.
And they saved people.
Yeah. Their brains are like the same ratio as those
Jesus
animals and nearly us because the great apes are like basically like one step below us.
Probably better than some people, to be honest.
Arguably. In studies of corvids, they have been found to recognize themselves in mirrors and make tools. These are skills that were believed to only belong to humans. Corvids are found worldwide except the southern tip of South America and the polar ice caps, which is probably why there's a lot of myth and folklore surrounding these incredibly smart birds. What adds to their spookiness and mystery is the fact that a group of crows is called a murder of crows.
Love that. I've always loved that. Like that Incubus album, One Crow Left of the Murder. Such an amazing album title.
But is the album good?
It has Megalomaniac on it, so yeah, it is good.
Oh, is that what that album is called? I never knew.
Yeah.
Like, I can see the album cover, but never knew what it was called. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So, the symbolism of ravens and crows. Ravens represent wisdom, intelligence, transformation, loss, ill omen, inner healing, and in some cultures, they're considered protective spirits or guardians. Crows are said to symbolize death, transition, or transformation. They're considered to be cleansers of land and mind, wisdom, intuition, good luck, new beginnings, adaptability, prescience, and destiny.
Definitely some I've never heard before. Like, I've never heard, like, transformation or anything like that.
Yeah, me either.
Like, that's so interesting. And cleansing?
Right.
Was cleansing in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. It's really interesting how, like, I think a lot of people just assume that they're kind of like bad luck or representing ill omen and things like that. But then, yeah, there's a lot of cultures that believe that they're like signs of good luck and they bring wisdom and stuff like that, and that they're actually really important and they're really respected. So we're going to hop on over to Germany.
All aboard Deutsche Air or Or what's Lufthansa? Is that the German airline? Deutsche Air.
Is it?
Lufthansa, I think it is.
German Air.
Germair.
I don't want to be on that flight. So in German folklore, there's something called the night raven or Nachtkrapp. I hope I'm saying this right. But this is described as a giant raven-like bird that would only come out at night. The most common legends of the Nachtkrapp speak of the creature coming out at night to hunt little children.
Oh,
If
shit.
it were to be seen by children, it would abduct them, take them back to its nest, and devour them limb by limb, then finishing it off by picking out their heart.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you imagine, like, telling your child this folklore?
Yes, why is it always so detailed? Germany, are you okay? It's like, we tell the children about the dismemberment and then they don't be naughty. Like, okay.
Yeah, just tell the kids that, like, a giant crow will pick out their heart and it's fine.
Then we wonder why Germans are so serious.
They won't be scarred for life. In some lesser known legends, the Nachtkrapp will abduct children by putting them in its bag and taking them away.
Where are they getting a bag? What? This is just like the wolf with the belt all over again. Remember that from our werewolf episode? Why do these animals have clothing?
It's so funny.
The wolf strap and the crow bag.
It's like, so what kind of bag are we talking? Like a burlap sack? Is it like a Louis Vuitton?
Is it a cute little tote they got at the art gallery? Is it a Birkin?
Also, can we talk about the fact that the people give away too many freaking tote bags?
Yeah.
I have so many goddamn tote bags.
And they're all so creased because I fold them up and I put the places, and then it takes wearing them around for like 3 days for the creases to fall out.
There's totes everywhere.
Yeah, we're now making sure that we could never release totes as merch.
Yeah, I refuse.
Or we could make totes and be like, why do people give away so many totes? Just put that as the design. We have another tote bag
for you. There's also the Wutender Nachtkrapp. Please forgive me, anybody who might speak German.
I just keep thinking you're saying night crap, and I'm like, diarrhea.
I mean, that's like basically how it's spelled. It's Nacht and then Krapp.
Oh.
So the Wutender Nachtkrapp translates to angry night raven. This one is said to crow loudly and flutter its wings until the children are so scared that they fall silent.
That's
and then,
the opposite of what children do when they're scared.
Yeah, they're going to run away screaming, but maybe the German children are different.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Finally, we have the Gute Nachtkrapp, which means good night raven. This is a rare but sweet little guy that will enter a child's room and gently sing them to sleep. I would like to be visited by that one.
But the question is, can ravens sing, though? Because I feel like they're not good singers.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, this doesn't feel so sweet, but thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort. Similarly to German mythology about ravens, the Swedish have Nattramnen, also known as night ravens. These are said to be the ghosts of children who died before they were baptized, but were still buried on hallowed ground. Also ghosts of those who completed suicide, or those who were not buried properly, or those who died of certain illnesses such as sexually transmitted diseases.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa, buddy.
Because everything you said before that is like, what? Remember, like, they would bury people at crossroads that didn't, like, fit into the graveyards?
Right.
They can be buried at sexually transmitted diseases. Come on. So, like, some poor lady whose husband is a piece of shit, he caught one and then gave it to her.
She's like, I'm not the one who got herpes. It was him.
Also, side note, I laughed so hard when I was making that video about herpes, like our clip from that today, and I sent you a screenshot where the auto caption thought Emily was talking about herpes. It was like, we're going to talk about what terrorized the ancient Greeks, herpes, which, not wrong.
It could have been a problem. I guess I don't even know. But so these night ravens in Sweden were said to appear in graveyards at night and usually on weekends. So they're party birds.
Oh, okay. They had school or something?
Yeah, they're busy in night raven school. But the way to identify them in comparison to normal ravens was the fact that the night ravens did not have eyes, or else they had glowing red eyes, and if someone were to look into the void of their eyes, they were to suffer illness or even death.
That's horrifying. But also, there's a lot to be said for a jaunty hat. Like, they could have just been wearing hats, and that's how you differentiate them. Like, why creepy glowing eyes?
That one's got a cabbie hat on.
This is like the burning skulls of death.
The Nattramnen are said to go after pregnant women and small children, which, okay, screw you. People who encountered the Nattramnen but survived them were said to consistently hear the screeching sounds of the bird for the rest of their days, unless they recited prayers that would keep the sound away. A way to stop the creature was to create a church grim. Have you heard of church grims?
I'm going to talk about church grims in my Pinecones episode this month.
What? Watch us
That's
have
crazy.
different information.
No, mine is just a passing thing, just where the word grim came from. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, the church grim is a guardian spirit who would protect the church grounds from thieves, vandals, witches, warlocks, and the devil himself. It would almost always appear as a black dog. In the 19th century, folklorists believed that the custom was to bury a dog alive underneath the cornerstone of a church as part of the foundation, in hopes that the animal sacrifice's ghost would serve as the church grim. Which is pretty sad.
Yeah. It's also, that's like almost exactly the information that I had come across. But it's also a callback to last year's Halloween episode, because Papa Legba, they think that his spirit is actually the first man who was buried in that graveyard. And that's why he's a guardian of the graveyard. And he's supposed to like welcome people into the graveyard. So this whole thing of like the first being buried there, becoming the guardian, is really, I love that. I don't know why. I just think it seems like an honor. Not for the poor living dog, but.
I was going to say, not to be buried alive, but I guess if you're the first dead being to be buried there.
Mm-hmm. I keep doing that voice.
In Norse mythology, the god Odin sacrificed one of his eyes for wisdom and knowledge of things hidden from him. Odin had two ravens that he relied on for help. Their names were Hugin and Munin.
And my husband has them tattooed on him. I'll put up a picture. Yeah. But my favorite thing is asking him to name them, because he either forgets or says it like that.
Yeah. I was kind of like, oh, in the US you could read it as Huggin' and Munnin.
Huggin' and Munnin.
But their names mean thought and mind. So Hugin is thought and Munin is mind.
Yeah. Isn't it funny that like that image of Odin, if that was a person now, he would just be like that weird guy in your town who has an eye patch and two pet crows. You're like, yeah, that's Seamus. He lives down by the river.
I was gonna say, I feel like Ireland's a little different than the US in that sense.
Yeah, Seamus lives down by the river. They tried to put him in a home. He wouldn't go.
So now he's down by the river with his crows.
He buys the teenagers drink when they want it.
Yeah. As long as they give him a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
But every morning the ravens took off in order to see what was going on around the world. And in the evening they would return and deliver messages of what they had seen and heard to Odin. In many writings, Odin is referred to as the Raven God. Now we're going to skip on down to Australia. Australia.
Nar.
That's probably terrible.
Nar. We just have to do it. Hey, people make fun of my accent all the time. I'm allowed to do it back.
People only make fun of me when I sound Midwestern, so.
Because it's delightful.
It's funny. My mom was just here over the weekend, so I feel like my Minnesotan's still kind of wearing off. So down under, in Australian Aboriginal mythology, there is a story told of the Seven Sisters. The legend is told by the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. The Seven Sisters existed in the dream time, also known as the dreaming, which, quote, is a term devised by early anthropologists to refer to a religio-cultural worldview attributed to the Australian Aboriginal mythology. The dreaming is used to represent Aboriginal concepts of everyone, during which the land was inhabited by ancestral figures, often of heroic proportions or with supernatural abilities. These figures were often distinct from gods, as they did not control the material world and were not worshipped, but only revered. The concept of the dream time has subsequently become widely adopted beyond its original Australian context and is now part of global popular culture.
So, like, the dreaming is basically where the spirits inhabit, right? Is that what am I hearing that right?
I thought it was like kind of like a time period.
Everyone. So it's almost like a version of biblical times.
Yeah.
Like that, like the creation times and when
right.
everybody came to be. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to get my head around it. So
yeah,
I'm able to ask questions.
Yeah. In the dream time, the 7 sisters were the only ones to possess the secret of fire. Each one of the sisters carried a live coal at the end of a digging stick, which helped them cook the yams that they would dig out of the ground. The sisters didn't share their secret with anyone, but they were tricked when they met a mischievous crow. The crow had buried a bunch of snakes in an ant mound and told the sisters that he had found ant larvae, which tasted way better than yams. When the women began digging for the ant larvae, the snakes became angered and attacked the sisters. Panicked, the sisters screamed and began beating the snakes with their digging sticks. The sisters swung with such might that the coals flew off the end of the digging sticks. The crow sat, waiting for his moment, and gathered the lost coals and hid them in a kangaroo skin bag. Another crow with a bag.
Whoa, that just answers the question, though. It's like, what kind of bag is it? Kangaroo skin.
Yeah, this one is more specific. When the sisters realized what happened, they chased the crow but could not catch him. This is when fire was brought to mankind. In another legend, the sisters burned the crow when they discovered him attempting to steal the fire, which is what caused him to turn black and charred.
Oh.
Suck it, crow. Just kidding.
I do love the whole, like, the way that crows are almost, well, it's not typecast, but, like, characterized as mischievous. Like, they have, like, they're one to be playing tricks on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just want to be messing with you.
Poking at you. Now, moving on to Hinduism. In Hinduism, crows are seen as messengers between the physical and spiritual worlds. It's believed that when you offer food to crows, that they are carrying the essence of the offering to ancestors who have passed on. The understanding is that the ancestors continue to exist in different ways after they have left the physical world, and that feeding the crows is showing respect and gratitude towards said ancestors.
I love that. Like the offerings to the ancestors.
Yeah, it is very nice.
I also like feel like that could be a very like cool way of encouraging people to be nice to wild animals. Like, oh, but you're feeding your ancestors.
Yeah, that's your grandma.
Why would you want your grandma to starve?
People who follow Hinduism believe in karma, which is the law of cause and effect. This holds people to their actions, whether good or bad. To believe in karma is to believe that one's actions have consequences. It is said in Hinduism that feeding crows can balance someone's karma. Quote, it is seen as a selfless and compassionate act, which can help mitigate negative karma and bring positive energy into our lives. This practice aligns with the belief that the universe operates on the principle of balance. End quote. From Times of India.
That's sweet. And also shows Taylor Swift did not invent karma.
Oh my god. Do people think that?
No. We don't know that they're not responsible for Dave Grohl's downfall.
Yeah, and that shooting on Donald Trump. In Hindu mythology, Shani is the god of karma, justice, and retribution, and delivers results depending upon one's thoughts, speech, and deeds. He is the deity associated with the planet Saturn and is usually depicted with a crow. Feeding crows is a way to appease Shani and assure that he will assist one through life's ups and downs.
See, it's not completely... You're kind of doing it to serve yourself, aren't you? If you're like feeding, you're like, oh, you take care of me, bro.
That's what... like...
Have some good seeds, man. It's like... This is like Mr. Beast, the whole like moral debate over So he gives so much to charity, but he monetizes his videos where he's giving people stuff, but also he wouldn't be able to afford to give them stuff if he didn't monetize his videos. So it's like this whole like feedback loop of like, is it like morally neutral then? I don't know. Yeah, he's dead behind the eyes, so.
There's something there or not there. There's something there in the fact that there's something not there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anyone will ever agree on it. So I think it's like you could debate that forever because he's not being completely selfless, but at the same time, there are plenty of people who make the kind of money he does that don't do what he does.
Right.
So, but it helps him make even more money. I don't know. I love when I hear those, like, you know, George Michael?
The singer?
The singer, yeah. So after he died, there were literally like, I would say at least 10 stories that came out about stuff that he had done for people. Medical bills he'd paid, charities that he'd given huge sums of money to, and swore them to secrecy, and they were only allowed to talk about it after he died. I'm like, wow. That's a good fucking person.
Right. Because it's like you don't want, you know, like the people who will be like, oh, look, I'm giving a charity, and they have to like take a photo of like them like handing things to like poor little children.
Do you remember, this is an ancient meme, but like, do you remember when there was those paparazzi photos of Pete Wentz giving food to a homeless guy, but somebody like uploaded them in reverse so it looked like he was stealing food from a homeless guy? And everyone's funny. Like, yeah, checks out, it's Pete Wentz.
I don't remember that, but that is really funny.
They were showing it as like an exercise in like how the media can manipulate things, like just by presenting it differently.
Yeah.
It's just such a great example.
So I'm going to talk now about Native American mythology and folklore. I told Neve before we started the episode that there's like a ton of it. I picked out a story that was like one of my favorites, and I'm going to read that one because we could do probably like an entire like 2-part series on Native American folklore around crows and ravens. There's a lot. The raven is prevalent in Native American and First Nations folklore. Through different nations of Native Americans, the stories of the raven may vary, but a lot of the themes stay the same. The raven is always a magical being, seen mainly as a trickster who is focused on fulfilling his own gluttonous needs or desires. The raven is able to take form of humans, animals, and even inanimate objects. The raven is often associated with the creation myths and stories to tell children how to behave. He is seen as a protagonist in some groups and an antagonist in others, sometimes the hero and sometimes the entertainment. One version of the raven creation story is that of Katu in California. In one variant, Raven is taught by his father, Kitka Ositi to be a creator, but Raven is unsatisfied with the result. He creates the world but is unable to give it light or water. On hearing that light could be found hidden in a far-off land, Raven decides to travel there and steal it. In the House of Light, he finds a young woman living with her father and plays the first of many tricks. He turns himself into a speck of dirt, slips into her drinking water, and is swallowed. The daughter becomes pregnant, and she gave birth to an unusual and fussy child who cried constantly and demanded to touch one of the bundles which had been stored hanging from the walls. The child is given one of the bags to quiet him, but when he tries playing with it, he lets it go, and it floats away from him and disappears through the smoke hole. Once it reaches the sky, the bundle comes undone and scatters stars across the sky. When the child cries to have it back again, he is given the second bundle to play with and lets it float away through the hole in the ceiling, thus releasing the moon. It all happens again with a third and last bundle, which flies away and becomes sunlight. After bringing light to the whole world, he too flies out through the smoke hole.
That's such a sweet creation story.
Yeah, I love it. And that's why I decided to read that one, because I was like, this one is so nice.
Visually, that is so beautiful. Like, you know, the stars scattering across the sky, the moon, all of that.
Yeah, and like letting it go through this little hole and then it just like appears.
Yeah, and it was all like basically came from a child, you know, like a child just letting it all go.
That story immediately, like the illustrator brain turned on and it was just like, how could this be illustrated? I'm sure people have done it, which I should look for because that would be like really pretty to have in my house.
But I think you would do a really good job on that.
Thank you. In some mythology, ravens are associated with witches. In Welsh mythology, the raven is a sign that death is imminent. It's also said that witches turned into ravens to fly away and avoid capture. In German folklore, it is believed that ravens were ghosts of the damned souls, or even the devil himself.
What is Germany's beef with ravens? And crows?
For real. They just really didn't like them. On Walpurgisnacht, which is the night of April 30th, witches fly off in the form of ravens and crows to Brocken Mountain to celebrate the Great Witches' Sabbath. It was believed they took form of ravens and crows because those were the witches' familiars.
Okay, I am putting April 30th in our calendar because we need to mark that next April.
Isn't it? I feel like it's celebrated in
like Central Europe
Ireland too.
Oh, in Ireland? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's called something else. Maybe not.
Well, the only thing we have Baltina, that's in February.
Okay.
And March is
because it's the day before May Day, like the 1st of May. Isn't that a thing? Am I making this all up?
we get a holiday for May, but I don't think we have a name for it. Okay, so Emily is correct here. Thank you to our commenter on Spotify, Cora. I somehow forgot about the existence of Imbolc and mixed it up with Baltina. So please ignore everything I'm saying here. What Emily's referring to is Baltina, and it is the Celtic May Day festival. Sorry, brain fart.
Huh.
It's just like May Day. But either way, Rowan and Pine need to do something about it.
In Ukrainian mythology, the raven is believed to, at one point, be a beautifully colored bird and have a melodious call. Then the fall of angels from heaven happened, and the crow turned black and began calling out with its croaking voice that we all know today. It is believed that when paradise is restored on earth, they will turn back into beautiful birds that they originally were.
Oh. That's like hauntingly beautiful. But also...
Yeah, it's like, it's nice and sad all at the same time.
But also, ravens are beautiful.
They are. Like, they don't need to be colorful to be beautiful. You assholes. In East Asia, there is mythology and artistic representations of a 3-legged crow. The crow is believed to represent and inhabit the sun. According to Chinese folklore, there were originally 10 sun crows that lived in 10 different suns. These crows sat on a fusang, which means leaning mulberry tree, in the east at the foot of the Valley of the Sun. Every day, one of the sun crows would be taken to travel the world on a carriage driven by the Sia, also known as the Mother of the Suns. When one crow returned, another would take off on its journey across the sky. According to the Shunhaijing, the sun crows loved eating 2 grasses of immortality, one called the Diri, which is the ground sun, and the other called the Chunshin, which means the spring grow. But Sia did not like this, so she covered their eyes to keep them from doing so. In folklore, it is said that in 2170 BC, all of the 10 sun crows came out at once and caused the world to burn. But Hu Yi, the celestial archer, saved the day by shooting all but one of the crows.
Murderous little fuckers. Coming out to, we're gonna burn the world!
And because we just covered ravens and crows, and it is October, which is spooky month, we are going to be reading The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Cue the music! Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more."
Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here for evermore.
And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, 'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more.
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more.
Back into that chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more.
Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim, an ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such names as nevermore.
But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore.
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore.
But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of a bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore.
This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press, nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, O quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if, within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore.
Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight's o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Happy October, everyone.
Happy spooky season.
We're going to have some extra content for you coming up because we're closing out season 2. 2 more episodes after this, but you'll have some extras in between that. You know, we wouldn't leave you hanging like that.
Nope, we're not going to leave anybody hanging. We might put out some little things here and there, but for the most part, we are just going to be taking a season break.
Yeah, but don't panic yet. You still have the rest of the month. Keep an eye on your feeds and make sure you're subscribed everywhere that we are. All the links are in our episode description, as always, as well as our sources.
Keep on rowing and pining.
Keep on rowing, keep on pining.
Rowing and pine.
Stick a pumpkin up your butt. It's Halloween.
Hey, woo!
I've been Neve.
All right. And I'm Emily.
And fuck yeah, folklore.
Fuck yeah, folklore. See you next time.
Bye.
Oh my god. My inhaler. Great.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at you and that sounded like a voice coming from a different person.